Good afternoon. This is Cheryl Lentz, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, talking on Tuesday at 2. Yay! I'm back. I have my brace off. I can't bend my knee very much, but I can stand up and down, and I'm working on it. So I thought today, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I planned on playing with some new dies, but this stamp set, Better Days, and with everything that's going on here and with some loved ones, Better Days, I just thought that's a fun stamp set, really great, really fast. So I'm going to do a really cute card using that stamp set. Hello, Miss Barb. Yeah, we're going to do a little watercoloring with the pastels. I'm using shimmery white paper, so we'll do some different, using some different products that we don't always use. So I am going to turn the camera around. I'll quit chatting because I don't have anything to say. I've been in the house for 3 weeks. I don't know what to say. But I will say to the people who were coming to class, I kind of got my dates all messed up. So we are doing an impromptu class, card buffet tomorrow, and there will be one on Friday also. And I think I have one scheduled for next week, Wednesday too. So I have to check on that one. But this week you have 2 opportunities. If you're in the area, let me know if you would like to come to class. This would be one of the cards that I'm hoping to get cut and ready for you for tomorrow or Friday. So with that said, it's not on my blog yet because I haven't sat down to do that. I just had to get my hands on some ink and paper and sit down here. You can't see all my hands moving here. I'm like, Italian. So let me turn the camera around. So if you look at the blog, it's not correct. I need to get my act together. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera. Close your eyes if this bothers you. I can actually stand up to reset it here for myself. Here we go. Let's see if I can do it. All right. Let's see here. So here's the stamp set, Better Days. Really love this. I think there's a lot you could do with this stamp set. I mean, you could make it look like stained glass, emboss it, have things behind it. I just think it's kind of cool. And so the neat thing is all the pieces here, the mountain and the grass, all kind of just fit in here. So all you're doing is filling in. So it's sort of a fun, 9-piece fun stamp set. It is in the new annual catalog. So here is the card that we're going to be doing. Ta-da! So super easy. So I have I used the brass butterflies on here because I thought they were a good size, the bigger one and then the 2 little ones as they go into the distance. One color, so I used Old Olive ink. And then I used Mossy Meadow, which is like a darker version of Old Olive. It's kind of that yellowy green. I did use shimmer paper, and I used watercolor, my water painters with the pastel to do the sky. So I'm going to hold this up here for you. Try to get a little closer so you can kind of, hello, Cheryl. There's a little bit of, I'm not sure if you can see the shimmer, but if you're watercoloring, you shimmer paper, you can see it on page 140 of the annual catalog. It's $10, and I think you get 10 sheets. And so it has more of a yellow vanilla tone to it, so I tend to use vanilla with it when I use that. Here it is on just our plain white cardstock. Which was good, was fine, except that you can see how it bends up because the white cardstock is not as thick, right? The shimmery white has a little more body to it. So I think for watercoloring, also, if you watercolor on our regular basic white, it kind of gets kind of rough, and if you go over too much in a spot, it'll kind of bead up. So if you're going to use the water painters, I would say use the shimmer white or use the thick white or, of course, the watercolor paper. So there you go. So that's what I did. So let's get started. Here's our water painters. So they come in a 3-pack now. So there's 2 fine point. There's one that's a thicker So if you were doing a broader area, you wanted to do a big background in a broader area, you can use the thicker one. So I always, when I put them back in there, I just kind of squish the end, make sure I don't get any of the bristles outside of the cap. And then there's two that are thin. One has a longer tip here, or bigger. It's kind of thicker. See, this one's for fine detail work. This is the one that I used today. And the tips will get stained. It doesn't matter. They work just fine. That doesn't do any harm to it. There we go. Put that in there. All right, let me move these aside. So if you want to look at those are on page 129 of the annual catalog. It's $13 for the 3 of them. All right, let's get started. So my whole idea was to use, and I used this, the time-worn type. I wanted to give it a little more texture. So I ran this through the embossing folder, the time-worn type that's in the annual catalog also. And it just gives it really subtle. I didn't want something, most of them that I was looking at, I felt like the pattern was too big. And I wanted it to just to be kind of subtle, but yet give it texture if I wasn't doing ribbon or something like that. So that was my plan. And then I backed it with a narrower piece of black cardstock because I thought that mimicked the lines in there. So that was my thought on that. So let's get started stamping this. So I started out with Memento, and I'm going to do this. Here's my big piece here. So I'm still not in the swing of things, so if I, mess up, please forgive me. I feel like, a fish out of water a little bit here. Okay, so when I put this on, I wanted to have enough room on the bottom for my verse. So I'm eyeballing this upper 3 areas here to kind of center it up there. And then just to come down and give it a good press, let that ink sink into that paper. Ta-da. Ta-da. Okay. So I got it straight. That was a big thought, big battle in my head. The other thing is I'll go ahead and put my verse on here. So the verse is, "Our friendship is a whole vibe." I like that. You know those people that you've been friends with forever and ever, and it's like no matter how long it goes, how long you don't see them, get together and you're right there in that same spot. I have quite a few people that I love that are in that category. So here we go. Now, the cool thing is that it has all these little stamps that go side by side. Just fill in the greenery here, and you will always get it right by you can line it up. So you have one side that's flat, right? So that's what you're going to line it up on. And then here's this one up here, has a little bit different shape. But I used Old Olive for all 3 of them. So the first one I stamped, I inked it up real good. It's nice, photopolymer set. And then I just kind of hover over the top and in the black lines, and ta-da. Then the second one, I stamped off one time. So again, I'm using Old Olive. I'm just going to stamp it off and then fill it in like that. And the third one, Old Olive. And I'm going to stamp off twice because I want it even lighter. So I'm just giving it an even tap down, and this will be very light. Ta-da! All right, then here's I used my favorite yellow, Mango Melody, for my son. And I left that nice and bright. There we go. Ta-da! And then I took Mossy Meadow, which is like a dark version of that. And it comes with this little branch here. And I thought, I want to add that in. So I took my Post-it note and just kind of masked that area. And I put a couple of these. I put 3 of them in. I always use odd numbers, right? So here's this one. And then I did it close together and did different heights. Ta-da, just like that. Then I take this off and I don't have it there. So that just looks like it's in the front, you know, in the foreground here instead of the background. All right, now comes to the water painters. So I do have a paper towel here, and I like to squeeze this out. I just added more water in here, so just give it a good squeeze. It has an area where it says push, push, push. And I am kind of weak. My hands are kind of weak, so I push it really good there. Okay. And then I'm going to use my soft pastels, and I just leave it right in the container, just like that. And so I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to put my brush right down in here and just pick up some of this. If you feel like it's too watery, just touch it to your paper towel. And then I just start out little, and you're going to get all these kind of lines in there, which is good. It looks sort of like clouds, right? So you're just filling it in light and dark. Every one will look a little bit different, but it's the sky. You look up at the sky, it's always different, right? We always have, the sky is ever changing, just like life. Here we go. That's too deep. There we go. Ta-da. So there's my skyline. So when I'm done with this, I just squeeze it again onto my paper towel until it runs clear. So it's stained blue, but it's okay. You can pick up another color and do it. It won't hurt anything. So there we go. So, ta-da, ta-da. Then I used my black cardstock. So this is the shimmer paper. Here's my black cardstock. I am going to try to get some glue out of here. Here we go. Just takes a little bit. It's almost helpful if it doesn't come out real fast. Then I don't get it on my fingers. You get it on your fingers, you're using too much. And then you just kind of give it a press. And if this is a little bit damp from going over it, I just turn it over and give it a good press there. But you can see how that, like a watercolor, it just sort of sets in there with your the aqua paint, with the water. We used to call them water paint, aqua painters. Now they're water painters, right? Same difference. So here is my time-worn type embossed background. So I'm gonna put this on here. And I didn't use any ribbon or anything. I just think it's sort of simplistic and sweet, and it has that depth to it. Other than the little butterflies, I didn't really think it needed anything else. I think it's sort of fun. So let me get some, I did pop it up with dimensionals. We were going through all the new things that came while I was not able to come down here. So I have, hey, and guess what? Today is my number 300 for my videos. This is the 300th video. Wow, yay. Who would ever thought? Not me. Never thought that I would be doing this. I'm really, really blessed. Here we go. So I got this all set up, and I just centered it on here. Just eyeballed it. There we go. And then I thought the little brass butterflies look nice. So just a little bit here. 3 of them to be exact. So I put one up here, the friendship. And then I have one here by my little leaves here. And one up over here. We'll put it this way. There we go. Ta-da! Now for the inside, I have another layer of my old olive, of course. And so I'm using the old olive again. They have an interesting little accent piece that has all the lines. So it sort of mimics some of the lines that are in the greenery there. And all I did was run this along the bottom here of my inside piece. I just kind of lined it up. There we go. And then I decided I needed another little accent, so I put the little branch in here again to look like the front. I have some extra ink on here. I don't want to mess up I'll just wipe that off. There we go. Okay. So again, I did 3. Always I do kind of on different numbers. There. All right. And then the verse inside says, wishing you better days. Almost everybody could get that card. Wishing you better days. Sometimes just to let somebody know you're thinking of them is a really nice comfort. I know on Friday I want to show all the cards I got. I got so many cards, and that was so sweet, and I loved it so much. It was just a highlight of my day when they'd bring in the mail because I couldn't go out and get it, so that was being delivered also. They'd bring in the mail, and I'd have all these wonderful well wishes and beautiful cards, and it was so appreciated. There we go. Ta-da. So it sort of matches up with the front, having that nice little pattern piece on the bottom there. All right. So yesterday I played with, the past couple of days I've been working with the set with the swimsuits. So I'll show that tomorrow, because I believe tomorrow I'm going to introduce a new monkey cut kit that actually uses the Hostess paper. So it's a fun kit. I think it's called, I should know it. Let me use my brain. Design a Daydream Monkey Cut Kit. And I believe that is on the site. So here we go. Here's our pretty card. Just to tell somebody you're thinking of them. Little support card. But I think it's really fun. It would be fun to do different times of the day. Like you could have, like at dusk, where you would have more of the pinks kind of play around with the sunset or with the sky on that part of it. Or use different color greens. I mean, this one made it easy, and you see the difference, right? Kind of an ombre look going up. So, ta-da! So, my recommendation is Better Days. I love that one. I am going to turn the camera around. Let me just take a minute to stand up here. It's sort of almost like splits. Hello, Miss Vera. Let's see here. Turning the camera. There we go. Let me get sitting. There. It's a little more challenging up and down, but that'll go away. That'll get better. My camera doesn't want to stay. Okay, so that's what I have for you today. Tomorrow I will have, we'll do the Design a Daydream Monkey Cut Kit and show you the cards that I did using, I have it right here, I think. The cute little stamp set, Sunny Splash. I loved this one. I thought it was really fun. So I will show you those cards, And then on Friday, we'll have more, and I will show you some of the beautiful cards that I received when I was upstairs and unable to get around. So thank you so much. Also, Miss Vera, I know you're one of them. We have all of the monkey cut kits ready, and Julie will be depositing them at the post office today. So I can't drive yet, so I'm so thankful for all my helpers that are helping me get stuff ready. Julie was cutting like crazy and doing all that stuff. The only thing I did was mark on the box. I'm kind of a bum. So thank you for joining me today. I will see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I have my first PT tomorrow, so we'll see if I'm crying when, when I'm on. But I'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock for Winging It on Wednesday with the Design a Daydream Monkey Cut Kit. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.